What's happening, guys? Andy here from 4K Downtime, here to give you another 4K news update. We found out today on a website called Restaura, I believe it's how do you pronounce it, that Nintendo has filed a patent for the Donkey Konga drums as well as a keyboard for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this patent was filed on the 28th of August last year, so it's not even hasn't been that long ago. But as far as when it comes to file patents goes, yeah, like I'm sure most of you guys will know, this doesn't necessarily means anything, because like Nintendo has filed a lot of patents for a lot of stuff in the past, and not all of them has came to be. Like most of those are usually just file patents for like game ideas that they probably thought like trying out, but maybe it didn't work out, so they didn't do anything with it. So just keep in mind that chances are none of this properly mounts to any event, especially when it comes to Donkey Konga, because the patent was for the drums, which is the DK Bongos that came alongside bundled with the game if you bought it as a pack back then. And just in case you don't know what kind of game it was essentially a rhythm game that you hit the bongos, like, you know, within tone of the rhythm, obviously. And there's a lot of popular songs, a lot of Nintendo songs, as well as like other pop culture songs. So it was it wasn't the best rhythm game ever, but it garnered up a pretty positive response, and I'm not sure how well it actually sold, so chances of us getting another game might seem unlikely. Again, this patent could mount to nothing. Heck, Konga 3 was actually never released never released over here in the West. I believe it was only an exclusive to Japan only, and that could potentially be to due to poor sales. So yeah, the series last game was 2005, I believe, and that's well over 10 years ago. So I don't really have any high hopes that it's going to be Konga 4. Instead, I actually have a feeling, and this the same thing that goes to the keyboard as well, because the Nintendo filed another patent aside from the DK Bongos, was also for the keyboard as well. Now, before a certain thing that was announced here, I probably would have thought like, yeah, like it could potentially be a new game or anything like that, even though I'm not too sure what kind of new game could use the keyboard. But after the announcement of Nintendo's Labo, I actually have a feeling that if these two were to be true, and Nintendo is doing something with both of these, I actually have a feeling it will have something to do with the Labo. For the keyboard especially, since we've been seeing, if you remember seeing the trailer of the Nintendo Labo, you'll notice that one of the like the most impressive things, at least in my eyes, was the piano. And I have a feeling that if they could do that to a piano, like I just felt maybe they could do something like a cardboard cutout keyboard where you could press certain keys and then it will actually react to the actual game. Like maybe they'll have a little typing game or something like that. Maybe like Mario Typing, like that old PC game that came out God knows how many years ago. Something maybe similar to that. I just felt like they could do that to a piano. They probably can do that with an actual keyboard and just make it like a simple typing game out of it. I just felt like because of like, you know, what Nintendo is doing with all these cardboards, with the Labos and stuff, yeah. So making something like a keyboard out of cardboard might not seem that far-fetched, at least for me. I just felt like, yeah, they could potentially make a game out of it. The same thing could also be said for the DK Bongos as well. Like you could just make a cardboard version of that, and then I doubt they would make it Donkey Kong themed, because as far as I know with the Labo at the moment, pretty much everything we have seen from it, it's kind of its own original thing. It doesn't seem to be taking any sort of assets, like, you know, or any sort of intellectual properties from other games. It just seems to be its own thing. It's pretty much what the Wii is, like, you know, you have your own world that they've built up, like, you know, their own kind of characters. So if they were to do a game based around the Bongos, it will most likely be its own original thing. I don't really think it was going to be themed around Donkey Kong. But yeah, this is what we managed to come up with today. So what's most important is, like, as always, I want to see what you guys think. So comment below and let us know what you actually think about all of this. Do you really think Donkey Konga is making a comeback, or do you think the keyboard game could be mean for something else as well? I mean, for me personally, I just think it has more in common with Labo, just purely because of what Nintendo have talked about it. Like, you know, it seems like if Nintendo was to release more peripheral, it seems like especially if it's geared at a younger audience, and I felt like these things can potentially be for a younger audience, like, you know, especially with the Bongos. I could see kids being really into this kind of stuff, especially rhythm games as well, if it is turned out to be a rhythm games. But anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, consider subscribing and giving it a like. If not, you can hit a dislike. This is Andy from 4K Downtime signing off. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always.